Hello Vikings, and welcome back to episode 14 of the Valheim guide, which is actually sort of part 2 of episode 13. So today we're once again going to be looking at the mountains and continuing on with the mountain guide, but there's so much to talk about for this biome that I've split it up into different parts. So this is part 2, as I say. If you haven't seen part 1, which is episode 13, then I recommend that you go back and watch that first, as there is some important information about getting started in the mountain biome. But for today, let's jump into the rest of this guide. So back at my base for another night's sleep before we head back to the mountain biome in order to try and find that wolf trophy. But in the meantime, one thing that we can be doing is getting out a bit of the wolf fur here, so we get 4 of that out, and we can make a new rug out of this. We can make the wolf rug from this, and the rugs do stack, so having a wolf rug and a deer rug means you'll get an extra rested. So if we go ahead and sleep now, then in the morning we should see that we have that higher comfort. We see there already, comfort 12, so the rested should be 1 minute extra, and I'll show you that in just a second. And there we go, guys, 19 minutes of rested buff now as opposed to 18 before, so definitely worth doing. Get that extra bit of rested buff, and just another thing that we're doing, another progression, I guess, from exploring the mountain biome. So we're also able to make some other upgrades to our comfort as well. One thing we can make is the dragon bed now, so that's a recipe we have unlocked, which is pretty cool. So quite a big bed, I think just about fits in our room there, that's fine. And the other thing we can make as well is the stone throne, so I'm going to place that one down as well. So with all this new stuff in here, our comfort will increase. Why did that die? Let's try that again. Okay, I ended up placing it over this side. It didn't want to live on this side for some reason, so yeah, but we have done a few little upgrades, and I do recommend that you do this when you get the opportunity to do so, because having the extra rested buff in the mountain biome can be really useful. Well, hello, welcome back to the episode. You'll be wondering what's happened, because you just saw a very quick cut, but actually I did about a 3-hour live stream between the last little clip that you saw and this one right here, which is why I've got my very nice new helmet. Where are we? There we go, the Drake helmet, which is armor level of 20, and before the sort of troll hood thing we had was only a 10, so that's really good. Obviously we've got double the armor there, and I've also made the Dragonfang Bow, so I wanted to talk a little bit about that, and a couple of other things related to the mountain biome that we're going to do next. Now, on top of that as well, most of what I did in the episode was actually mining silver. So as you can see here, we've got a ton of silver. And the first thing I want to do is upgrade my Dragonfang, my Drake helmet, I should say, to level 2. So it only takes 5 silver, so it's a pretty useful thing to do. We can upgrade it again with just 10 more silver. I mean, I think, yeah, I really like this helmet, just as a pretty late game sort of helmet to wear anyway. I think it looks really cool, and it does give great armor, so we just as well upgrade that. So let's do that as well while we're here. So is that going to be the max level that we do right now? We can do 15 more. I mean, right now it's armor 24. It's up to 26 for another 15. I'm in the mood for doing this. But the Dragonfang Bow is one of the biggest improvements, and later on in this episode, when you see me using the Dragonfang Bow, you'll see just how much better it is than what we currently have. So I think that's now max quality, so that's level 28 right now, which is awesome. So that's pretty cool. We got level 4 of those. To make the Dragonfang Bow, incidentally, let's get the recipe right here. You'll see that for the level 1, it's 20 silver, 10 ancient bark, and then you've got the 2 deer hide and the 10 gut. Now, let's see if we can upgrade this actually as well. Let me see if I got the materials to do this. Okay, so we do have the materials to do this. I just went and collected them all, so we are going to upgrade that as well, and that would be the next level upgrade there, which we're not going to do right now. But yeah, so just wanted to sort of mention that, and also to say that I've now kind of explored most of the mountain biome around here. The next area we could explore would be sort of over this way, so we're going to do all this stuff together now, and we're still hoping to find onions, which would be really nice, and so hopefully there's a hut in here that has them. We'll keep our eyes out for that. Also, whilst on stream, the guys on my stream kind of taught me how to fight against a stone golem a little bit better, so we're going to cover that later on as well. Now, something else incredibly awesome happened on my stream, and by the way, this stream is, you can watch the whole thing on my channel if you want. I did stream on YouTube and then upload it there afterwards, but we got a really, really awesome super chat, so I'm going to make like a little wall of super chats here, so if anyone does that, I'm going to put you on this wall. It's just a little way of saying thank you, but this was an incredibly generous donation from, in fact, the caps don't matter, but it would be spelled like this, I believe, is how he spells it on there. So, Old Man Kid, thank you so much. I'm going to put you on here. I'm going to set up this sort of wall of fame. Eventually, I'm going to do something nicer for this when we get to our end base, and we'll make like a proper wall and that sort of thing. But this is what we got for now. I just want to say a huge thank you to Old Man Kid and everybody else who supports me. It really is appreciated. I'll probably add all my YouTube members to a wall as well when we get to the new base and do like all kinds of things. But this was such a nice donation. I thought this was the least I could do would be a little thank you as part of this episode. Okay, guys, so I'm actually back from that trip now. It was a little bit disappointing. We did explore, as you can see on the map here, the rest of this mountain biome, but we didn't find any more structures to even go into. So what I'm going to do is come down to here. You can see I just found the start of a mountain here. We've got this big gap. This looks like a huge mountain biome, and I'm pretty hopeful that we can find the onions in here, and it isn't too far from our base either. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'll get a new portal set up and all that stuff, and then we'll explore that together and go through the rest of the mountain biome stuff. Okay guys, an abandoned structure to explore just up here, and we also found another dragon egg location, which is very, very cool, as we will of course need those for Moda. We got a chest. Do we have onion seeds? No. All right, never mind. We'll keep doing this together until we get one, but I'm hoping I can get into this episode. We'll see how we go. All right, guys, we have got ourselves a stone golem here and also a hut to explore afterwards if we're lucky. So let's check out the stone golem's attacks. That's one of them, a two-handed attack. As you see, it's very slow. The other one's going to be a one-handed, and this is one, if you parry it just right, which I didn't do there, by the way, you can sometimes parry it, and that's what we're going to be trying to do, is parrying his attack when it's a one-handed attack. The two-handed, I'm not sure if we're able to parry, but I think it's a little bit dangerous anyway to like get that close to him, and for a two-handed attack. There we go, we parried him there. We give him 3 hits with our thing, and then get away. All right, so let me just quickly get away. So basically, we've got here a level 1 iron mace, and 3 hits with it did that much damage. So let's try again. Here's you. Okay. There's a Drake here, so we want to take care of the Drake first. Highly recommend if you've got other mobs attacking at the same time, you take care of those first. Let's use this. Where did that Drake go? There he is. Okay. So we're just going to keep this building in between. Oh, geez. Really? And a wolf? Okay, alrighty. Let's get this and this, and now I'm going to take care of the wolf, if I can. Okay, so the Drake's gone. Drake's dead. I think the Golem took care of the wolf. Thank you for that, Golem. Let's try this. There's another Drake. Oh, my goodness. Where did he go? Okay, this is craziness. I'm just trying to fight Golem. Why? All right, let's see. What's he doing this time? Two-handed. So we're going to get out of the way of that one. And then when he comes about the one-handed, we're going to try and parry. Now, with a parry, you don't need to do it as late as you think to actually parry him. You see there where I parried. If you want to go back and rewatch that, you can see it. But this is what I recommend you do. Now, you can use a pickaxe. You can also jump on his head, stuff like this. But I'm just finding this is like an easier way of going with it, to be honest. And there we go. We parried him there. You start to get the hang of it after a while as well. And boom, he is dead. And you get, of course, the crystals from him and stuff like that. So let's see, has his drops come yet? Did we get some drops? Did we pick them up? Yeah, okay, there they are. So there's crystals. I've got 8 crystals from him, which is awesome. Now, can I get super lucky and also find some onion seeds in here? Come on. Oh, yes, onion seeds. All right, what do I need? Bones for onion seeds. Let's also get rid of some other stuff. You for you, and then get rid of, like, I don't know, you for you. That'll do. That's fine. All right, I'm super happy right now. We got onion seeds, guys. Go us. I'm so pleased with this. Okay, so stone golems can sometimes do another type of attack. Like you see here, they swipe. So there he did a sort of backhanded swipe, and he also do this front-handed swipe. So similar to before, we're only going to worry about the front-handed swipe, as the backhand is sort of his special attack. So let's go here, see what he's going to do this time. There's a front-handed. Okay, we didn't get close enough, but we can parry this if we get it just right. And that's the backhanded. We're just going to get out of the way for that one. So give me the front-handed again, dude. Hit me. And boom. And we parry him and give him a hit. So same as before, and ignore the backhanded one, and we're just going to go for the front-handed one. Probably the safest way of fighting them. And just like that, we took him down again, and we could get some crystal from him. We'd have to throw away some other stuff, though we're pretty full right now. So once you get back to your base and you have your cultivator on you, you'll unlock the recipe to go ahead and plant these onion seeds, which is what we're going to do right now. We're going to go and plant this and make some onions. And then once I get those onions picked up, I'll show you the things that we can do with them in-game. So as we're already planting these right now, just giving them plenty of space, because why not? And again, they'll take like a couple of days to grow, as do all of the other crops. But they can, as you see here, can be planted just in like a normal meadows biome. So yeah, we'll check out the new food and stuff we got with them in a sec. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and make up a few things. Just grab some wolf fur there and the fangs as well. I'm going to go ahead and get a load of silver out of here as well, because we are going to now switch to using some wolf armor. So let's go and make the wolf armor legs. And then actually to make the, let's see, the wolf armor chest, we're going to need a chain. And the crystal battle axe, you see there, requires 10 crystal, 30 silver, and 40 ancient bark. I'm going to go and get the materials for that as well. We'll make all this stuff up, more than anything, just to have a look at it. But this is a bit of a beast of a weapon and can be used for tree cutting as well, apparently. So we're going to try all that out in just a second. All right, guys, got myself the materials that I need, so let's make up some other cool stuff. So what do we make here already? We made the legs. So now we can make the chest here. You see you need a chain for that one, as well as a lot of silver and the wolf pelt, but it is a bit of a beast, giving you 20 armor, whereas my current level 3, where are we at here? Troll armor, this one here is only 10. So we've doubled our armor, and in return, we have sacrificed 5% movement speed, but that's still pretty good going. Now, what am I missing for the crystal battle axe right now? 30 silver. Okay, so we definitely have that in here. Actually, do we? Oh no, not enough silver. Okay, so I've gone and got the other resources that we need in order to make the crystal battle axe, because it does look pretty awesome. So we're going to use almost all of our silver remaining on this, but it does look pretty cool, and I think it'll be an interesting one to take a look at. So as you can see here, these are the basic sort of stats for it. It is a two-handed weapon. If we equip it, there we go. It does look incredibly cool. So we're going to try this out on some enemies and also on some trees. I've been told it's very good at chopping trees, so let's see how we go. Okay, so here we are at a birch tree. Let's give this thing a whack and see how we go with hitting down trees. So 1, 2, 3 hits took that tree down. That's actually not too bad. Let's make sure it doesn't fall on us. So yeah, I guess you could use this for chopping down trees. I mean, the other thing as well, actually, if we get a couple that are close together, maybe we can kind of hit them both at the same time there. So with 3 hits, we can actually take 2 trees down. Yeah, I can see how this would be pretty useful in a forest, actually. And obviously, this has not yet been upgraded. This is just a level 1. So if we were to upgrade this, then yeah, I can see some real potential here. So that's pretty cool. Let's go try it out on some enemies now as well. Okay, we got a wolf here. So obviously, this is two-handed, so we're not going to be able to like block and parry and stuff like that. We have to just try and hit this wolf. So let's see how it does against the wolf. Okay, there we go. Just the 2 hits, and it killed the wolf. So not too bad at all. The first hit as well did stagger it. So I guess that's kind of useful. I don't know. I'd probably still feel better, like, just blocking than using this, but it might be good if we have a group of enemies. So maybe I'll head into a black forest as well and see how this does against like a group of greylings. All right, so we're at a grey dwarf spawner now. We've got a few enemies around us, so let's see how this does against a few of them at once. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that was cool. That was unexpected, and that was pretty cool. So yeah, look, this isn't like I'm not gonna spend too long just going through all aspects of this axe, but just a couple of like examples of it there in combat and also chopping down trees. So if you're interested in this, then yeah, I'd say it's a pretty decent weapon. And but this isn't like a full guide on this axe as such, just kind of interesting to take a look. So one thing I do want to do is show you guys a ferning, because these are pretty difficult mobs to deal with. So I feel like I should definitely cover it today. And in order to do that, what I'm going to do is get myself an upgraded shield. So we have a look at the silver shield. You see we need 8 silver and a bit of fine wood as well. So let's grab the last of our silver out and see how good we can make this shield. So let's make this up. As far as the style goes, let's go for red and black, my 2 favorite colors, and craft this up. Okay, there we go. And now if we wanted to upgrade this, we can upgrade it at least once. So let's try this. And that looks like all it's going to be. So let's compare these two. So right now, we have there the block force 45, block armor 66 with a 1.5 parry. This one here does have a 2.5 parry, but a block force of 30, block armor of 28. So this is going to be much more useful to us just as we progress through the game, but certainly against the ferning as well. They can do a lot of damage, as you guys are about to see, but I do want to cover it in case you end up getting face-to-face with one. So fernings are like werewolves in Valheim, as you guys will see when we find one. They can only spawn during the evening, or during the night time, I should say, in Valheim. So I would say at this stage of the game, I'm not really as geared as I would like to be to fight them, even though I am pretty geared. So I would say to you guys, if you're thinking about fighting these things, make sure you get really, really geared before you actually attempt it, as it can be rather difficult to fight. Okay, so whilst exploring, I found one of these stone circular structures. These usually have chests at the bottom where you can get loot from them. So if you see one of these, it can be a good idea to go down and check them out and get the loot out of them. Just thought I'd mention them, as I hadn't stumbled across one in today's guide just yet, but we're still looking for the ferning. Gotta say, mountains are pretty fun to explore, and sometimes when I'm in the mountain biome, I just feel like I'm on top of the world. Guys, one little tip when fighting wolves, you can see here, when you see the wolf ahead of time, if you let it come to you, you can actually do that and sort of hit and miss on purpose with the first or second hit, and then when you hit it, you get a better hit on it. So I've actually found that to be quite useful, and just something I wanted to share with you guys in case it will help you out on your journey. Particularly if you have multiple wolves, it can be very useful to do the 2 misses on purpose, and then the third one, the big critical hit, where you get them both, and you can then stagger them and get a good hit in on them. In my last episode, I got a fantastic comment from Yokino, as you see on screen right now, about fighting wolves. Now, I have put this into practice and tried this out, and I can confirm that it works, and I'm going to show you guys this right now. This I have found incredibly helpful in fighting wolves, so very big thank you there to Yokino for such an awesome, insightful comment. And here we go, there's a wolf right there, perfect. So, what I'm going to do is shut up now and try and let you guys hear the growl when I fight it, and you'll see when I parry. And there we go, guys. Did you see that? I'll try again. Let's go again. There we go. Growls, and I parried. I'm going to try and do this a few times. Hopefully you guys can hear this. Oh, I've got to be facing the right way, though. Okay, so there you go. Hopefully that makes the point. Did that a good few times there for you guys. But this is incredibly useful when you're fighting, because obviously to stagger them does give you a big upper hand. So thank you to Yukino for that comment. All right, guys, just up in front of us here is a ferning. So what I'm going to do is get the first hit off here with my bow, because if you can do that, you definitely want to. And we might be able to get a few hits in on him actually before he comes over to attack us, but I also don't want to kill him, so I want you guys to see what happens when he comes over. So here we go, we've got a Drake here. We're just going to kind of ignore the Drake for now. So when he does that, he's about to lunge at us. Now, the mountain sort of got in the way there. So one of his attacks is a lunge, the other is kind of like a swipe attack. And you can see they're both kind of slow, so you can kind of see them coming and run away from them a bit. But look how fast this guy is. So let's have a little look here. If we want to block him, there we go. We can parry him. And again, just hit him. So that's the best way to do that. This is obviously just a very quick look today at the Ferning and the attacks that he does. But you saw there, if you need to maybe go back and rewatch, but you can see that he did do his lunge attack, and he did his, obviously, swipe attack, and we managed to parry him and kill him. But the thing is, if they do hit you, they can do like 70 to 80 damage in one hit. So that's why I say, like, I wouldn't necessarily go looking for them just yet. But if you're pretty comfortable and good at combat, stuff like that, then you can. I just wanted to sort of show you them today so you know what to expect. In terms of drops, by the way, the Fernings will not drop anything like particularly useful. They do drop wolf fangs, but obviously the better way to get them is just from wolves. So yeah, they're just kind of a nasty mob that are there in the mountain at night time, and one that you want to be wary of because they can blend in a bit as well. They kind of look like trees from a distance. So yeah, just thought I'd mention that. Alrighty guys, our onions are grown. So let's go ahead and pick that up and see all the new stuff that now becomes available to us. Now I'm going to obviously go and farm all of these in a minute, but just while we're on cam here, I want to go and talk about some of the new recipes. So in our cauldron, we have a few things now that we can make. One is the wolf skewer. As you can see, this is really good health, 65 health, and from pretty much all farmable goods. Mushrooms aren't technically farmable, but they do respawn in the game, so yeah, either way, pretty good recipe there. Onion soup gives you a stamina of 60, and it only requires 3 onions, so a really easily farmable stamina food, which is really good, because some of the other stamina like foods in the game are a little bit more difficult to get. So I think that's it for right now in terms of what onions are used for, but there are, I think, some other later game recipes that now do have onions in them. I'll have to like look into that, but yeah, they're reasonably good, and even just eating one on its own still gives you 40 stamina, which isn't too bad. So guys, this concludes the second and final part of the mountain guide for this series. I hope you guys have found them useful, and I hope you don't mind me splitting them into 2 episodes. I just thought that was probably a better way of doing it. So the dad jokes are, of course, going to be coming again, but for now, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you either in the next one of these or on a stream on my channel. If you guys want to get notified about that, obviously you can subscribe, hit the bell, stuff like that. Or in my Discord, I have the notification squad where you can get a ping every time I release a video or go live both here and on Twitch. Anyway, all that aside, thanks for watching, guys. Here come the jokes. What do snowmen call their offspring? Children. What does a snowman do when it sees the sun? Has a meltdown. What do stone golems like to eat for breakfast? Frosted flakes. What do you call a snowman in the summer? A puddle. What do you call an igloo without a bathroom? An ig. What do you call a photo of the North Pole? A Polaroid. Why don't the North Pole and the South Pole get on? They're polar opposites.